time for CFM Radio. I'm Vector. And with me, as always, is my trusty DJ,
Drix, aka Benham. My name is Ben. Good to be with you guys again.
As always, thank you for joining us this Wednesday night. We got some news to talk about. Here's a wild one from PC Gamer. Hell of a headline. It reads, Hideo Kojima laments that Metal Gear Solid 4's digital battlefield is, quote, no longer science fiction. Pretty trippy. In his almost 3 decades since these games have evolved to the point where they predicted certain problems of the information age, as in MGS2, took aim at contemporary topics like Guantanamo Bay, and ended on a profound sense of sadness on our species' inability to break the cycles of global conflict in MGS5, there's a lot that goes into... Kojima loves to dramatize some of the themes, the military themes that he uses in these games, but they do touch on really real ideas and places. And PC Gamer points to a tweet from Kojima that where all of this comes from. It reads that MGS4 depicts the next generation of proxy wars and war economies waged by unmanned weapons and PMCs, he writes. A future where parties do not fight, but are represented by drones, proxy soldiers, and corporations. In this future, those who sell or rent weapons introduce SOPs to take full control of the battlefield. Drix, this is pretty wild to me. But at the same time, I have seen the robot dog at the range.
Yes. He is armed and ready, just about.
Yeah. You know, everybody thought those Boston Dynamics dogs were super cute when they were all dancing, you know, and in sync, like synchronized swimmers. Not so cute when when they become a synchronized firing squad, right?
Yeah, a little different. You can't really pet it. You got to stop using the word sci-fi and embrace the term speculative. I was just
about to say. I literally was just about to say. You can't really say that Kojima's work is like sci-fi anymore, mainly because that. Like this kind of, like he says, this kind of stuff is taking root.
Let me tell you something that I never told you before. Listen to this. I have never sold everything.
I have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
You have never sold everything.
Money is all you need.
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 You're probably gonna be very proud of you. Let me know if you have another flea market. I will help you, or you will help me.
This one comes from Famitsu, who recently got an interview with the Capcom president to talk about their 40 years in the industry. Now, per the article's intro, Capcom, which continues to produce world-famous blockbuster titles such as the Street Fighter series, Resident Evil, and Monster Hunter, will celebrate its 40th anniversary in 2023. In commemoration of this, Famitsu conducted a long interview with President and CEO Haruhiro Sugimoto. They talked 40 years of history, future prospects, and future and stories about notable future projects that are about to be released. And, alright, so this interview includes incredible insights about the company and their point of view on the games industry as a whole, and even about how they bring their IP to customers. Some of the more interesting entries in this article include Sugimoto explaining their goal of selling titles 3 years after their release. You know, since 2021, and about how their big shift into the digital marketplace is a huge driver of this strategy and other strategies of theirs. This makes sense, considering in the same interview, Sugimoto claims that 80% of the company's annual sales are from digital marketplaces. He goes on to talk about upcoming games, such as Street Fighter 6, and older IP, such as Mega Man or even Ghost Trick, and about the overall feel of the Japanese video game development culture. there's a lot of stuff going on at Capcom. And you know what? I got to admit, I'm really looking forward to Street Fighter 6. I've been playing the betas. I've been playing the demo. Man, talk about a beautiful game. Talk about a good-looking game. Maybe not in World Tour mode, but just as just in the fights and in the stages. My God, it looks awesome, bro. That's like, I don't know if you've downloaded the demo because you can get it on everything, but you can. It's literally the main reason why you're just throwing down literally in the street is because Metro City, baby. The residents of the street have had to become tough.
Yes.
So all of them are down for a casual throwdown. And it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. You know, I accidentally fought the hot dog vendor. And
anything but the glizzies.
The glizzies. Ugh.
But he was ready to throw down for his glizzies.
He was ready to throw down. You know what? I still bought something from him, so it was all good.
It's a friendly exchange. That's just how things work in the Street Fighter universe.
Right. Here's another bombshell from the FTC as they want Nintendo side of this whole Microsoft Activision deal. From Tweetown, the headline reads, Nintendo ordered to testify before the FTC in the Microsoft Activision merger case. Now, the article states that the FTC Administrative Law Judge D. Michael Chappelle has denied Nintendo of America's motion to quash a subpoena for testimony, and they ruled that Nintendo executive Steve Singer must testify before the FTC's complaint council in the agency's lawsuit against the Microsoft Activision merger. Singer is the VP of Publisher and Developer Relations for Nintendo and had directly negotiated the 10-year Call of Duty deal with Microsoft and Activision on Nintendo's behalf. Judge Chappelle was not convinced by the arguments laid out by Singer's lawyers. The judge has ordered a deposition of the Nintendo of America executive to commence after April 24th. Ooh, it's already passed. And it must be completed no later than May 8th. Oh, wow. He doesn't have much time.
Gotta get back to you on that one.
Yeah, seriously. Unless Nintendo can show a good reason, of course, for the deposition not being completed. From Judge Chappelle's ruling, Singer's interpretation of Additional Provision 11 is rejected. The language of Additional Provision 11 is permissive, not limiting. Moreover, Singer does not deny that he has knowledge that is relevant to this case. To interpret Additional Provision 11 in the manner urged by Singer would unnecessarily exempt from discovery a person with relevant knowledge and would conflict with discovery rules. I'm not a big law guy, but I understand discovery is a pretty messy process. And if discovery is already a messy process, and from again, not a law guy at all. I listen to Nick Ricada on YouTube, okay? Not a law guy at all. But if I understand it correctly, discovery is essentially where you're submitting or the court is recognizing the people, the relevant people, places, and things, the relevant nouns, let's say, of it all. And if this is something this sounds like this dude he just doesn't want to be a part of it at all. But if this is real, this guy literally was the head for Nintendo to get Call of Duty on their console or their platform through Microsoft after the Activision Blizzard merger was complete. This sounds like a crazy web Microsoft has been weaving. What do you think about all this, Drix?
Yeah, there's got to be some conflict of interest somewhere in there.
Or some sort of insider trading, some sort of some sort of trade secrecy going on. Like how
backroom deals and all the game companies you love.
Right? Here's the real
Some
question:
we don't.
How in bed with Microsoft is Nintendo?
Yeah, how could they be? That makes no sense, at least to me, a player of games.
I mean, was Minecraft Steve in Smash and Banjo-Kazooie in Smash that big of a deal? Like, I mean,
if you would have told me at 12 that, they were going to make a game where Cloud, hit Mario with a sword, I would have called you a liar.
Yeah, I would have called you crazy.
Say, if 12-year-old me would say, you're crazy, your dad doesn't work at Nintendo, that's never going to happen. And here we are. Not only do we have Cloud, we got Sephiroth, we got Jin.
Yeah, you have so many
Tekken.
people. Yeah, like there are so many
Minecraft Steve.
And
these people should not be using each other in the same game, but here we are in this timeline.
Furthermore, it's not just that, but Microsoft on Game Pass right now, I'm looking at it. On Game Pass right now, I could play GoldenEye.
Huh.
I could play GoldenEye, and I could play it on my Switch N64.
So you might be barking up the right tree there. And
so
how in bed are they?
How in bed are these two? Are these hey, you know what? They could be snuggling up, or they could be making out. And and if they're already...
You don't know if they're sleeping head to toe or what.
Right, because here's the thing. If they're already negotiating a 10-year deal that's on the pretext of a merger that hadn't even gone through, that if it were to not go through, Microsoft would need to pay $3 billion to Activision and renegotiate the deal.
Yowza.
There's whoa. All right, so Microsoft might be sitting on a house of cards here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of...
They're too close, man. They're too close.
They're too close. This whole blockage of the deal that we talked about last week could be gnarly for them. It could be really, really bad for their overall future prospects, especially with games like... All right, if you imagine, you get Microsoft, the next Microsoft game is another Redfall.
That would be bad for them.
That would be very bad.
If too many of their plans keep going sideways.
Honestly, I really don't want that to happen. I'm really looking forward to Starfield.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They've got that in their pocket, huh?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Starfield. It's the first thing that Todd Howard has worked on enthusiastically since Fallout 3.
Yeah, okay. So let's hope it's a Skyrim, not a Cyberpunk.
That's what I'm saying. Say it until I have the game in my hand. Final Fantasy fucking 16. Like, literally Final Fantasy 16, like, come on. Like, I need it in my hands. I everything that I see about it, I just get blown away. I was talking to a buddy about this. It's wild to be in a time when Mario and Sonic are really popular, and the most anticipated thing, one of the most anticipated things coming out for a PlayStation console is a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.